Okay, start Darcy. You can start now.
So, thank you everyone for joining this session. First of all, we'll chant the name of the Lord. So, please, it's my humble request to everyone. Kindly close your eyes and chant the name of whosoever God you believe in. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Open your eyes. So, hello everyone. Today's topic is gonna some sort of be interesting since this is the topic of today's era. Like, we believe in the discoveries that are being meant from being past various decades and onwards. In our secondary classes, we have learned various theories, various postulates, various learnings, results that came from something that was discovered in an era that humans were developing their knowledge. If I come to the part discover, discover means we have to explore something, we have to uncover something that is being precisely of the nature, but it takes some hard work to do in a right position. So what we are doing, we are just unbounding some mysterious theories of the nature by proper guidance and choosing the proper path. But that doesn't mean that we are inventing or creating something new. It just means that we are working on something that is already present in the nature. What we are doing is we are just gathering some sort of information from the nature that we need to elaborate and we serve it to the society. Similarly, like we have studied one of the most common laws, that is gravitational law. If I talk about the gravitational law, in 1860s, Sir Isaac Newton, he discovered gravitational law when an apple fell from the tree on his head. Now, at the moment, he stated that there existed a force that pulls down the objects towards the earth or the ground. So he gave a theory, and later various researches goes on, and a result was made that was precisely known as gravitational law and gravitational law forces. What he did is he got an idea when apple fell from the tree on his head. He started working on it. It means he got a little bit deeper into that concept and started focusing on something that was never ever thought by the other people in the world. He selected the out of the box idea. Therefore, his name is stated in our books as well. Similarly, if we have to achieve something different from the world, then we should always remember you have to work out of the box. The same goes on with the energy that we are surrounded with. I guess all the people that you are listening over here, you have heard that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It just transfers from one form to another. It means we are living now and then, here and there, we are breathing. After some sort of time, the time lapse that we have to live on the earth, after that, we are going to die. And our body will start decaying. It will, whether we'll be buried or being burned to ashes, are all the elements that we took from the atmosphere goes again into that. They start mixing into that. It means what we took from the nature, we are giving it back. Now, if I take the same point to some sort of spirituality, how would I link this to spirituality? See, we all have heard that we are living in an environment that is consisting of an energy. We have two types of energy. Energy is classified in two types, that is microscopic and macroscopic. You all have heard the word of cosmos, right? What does cosmos means? It means like we are discovering all the new galaxies, all the new planets, all the new stars and all. We consider that all of the observable area that we can discover on and we can start studying onto it, we call it as cosmos. Means everything that we could ever imagine comes under the term cosmos. So similarly, it goes with the cosmos energy that we consider as microcosmic energy and macrocosmic energy. In the terms of spirituality, we learn macroscopic energy as the power of, you can say, supreme power, or in the other words, we regard him as God, Lord, or in any other ways that we love to call him. Whereas the microscopic cosmic energy is what we are over here, what other species, animals over exist over here and there. So these two energies, when they work together, they come under the cosmos. It means we, the cosmic, microcosmic energy, we would be somehow being transferring our energy to the macrocosmic energy. Now it depends on us whether we choose a shorter way or we choose a longer way. It totally depends on us. Now, how much hard work I'm providing to gain this macrocosmic energy is what I'll call as devotion. To simplify this term, you all have heard in your lower standards when you ran away from your books, your parents used to say, devote your time in your studies. It means you have to be focused faithfully and loyally. You have to give your time to your studies. It means you have to provide all the hard work rather than playing and all. In any of the field, if you have chosen something, then you should be crystal clear that you have to devote your time, you have to devote your expenses, you have to devote your life to uncover some boundings, uncover some mysteries that are persisting in the nature. Similarly, when we call the process of devoting your time, that phenomena is referred to as devotion, right? So today's topic is like you have to discover the devotion. We have studied various learning theories that are being discovered. But what about the devotion? Nobody ever spoke about the devotion. Is it a term to be discovered? Or if it is a term, then how would it be discovered? These all are the questions that engulf us in our mind. So today we all are being talking about these two terms, discover and devotion. When they came together, they created a term, discover devotion, that is within yourself. It means there is something inside of you that scientists are also agreeing in day to day life that there is some sort of mystical power that circulates the breathing in, breathing out, the motion of our body. There is something magical. But what is it that they have declared as that is the mystical power of the nature? So, mystical power of the nature, it is a very vast term. Like, if I have to discover something, I would have known its area of subject, its area of interest. Like, for example, if I have to discover something in the species of vegetables, I would be crystal clear that when I'll get the result, it would be some sort of vegetable that should be discovered. But here we are talking about discover devotion. We don't even know what we are discovering. Devotion means devoting something, but that doesn't mean we have a particular title or we have a particular term to be discovered. We don't have a particular subject to be discovered. Then how would we know what we are discovering? It's too tragical. On the one hand, we are saying that we are discovering the devotion, and on the second hand, we are saying that devotion is a phenomena. To devote your time, your health, your liabilities, your assets, you have to consider everything while devoting your time, right? So, when you have to devote and discover your internal faith, something that is within you, here comes the discovery of devotion. Let me take you to the simple example of Mirabai. You all have heard Shri Mirabai's name. She was a girl, a 9 years old girl, when she fell in love with Lord Krishna at the age of 9, tender age, when children don't even know how to play, how to sit, what to speak, what to talk. At that such tender age, she created an image of Lord Krishna as his husband. It means she have a faith. She was loyal to Lord Krishna. So that is where your devotion comes. When you are faithful, when you are devotional, when you are trustworthy to someone, here comes the devotion. You are particularly in concept with the person that you are being in partnership with. Simple formula. But according to Mirabai, her faith was much above the stage of devotion. Let's talk to the let's talk about the stage of devotion. When we create a level that comes above the devotion with the help of love, the tenderness of your trust, your loyalty, that becomes the param state of devotion. That is also known as paramo bhakta. It means you are doing a bhakti that comes under the category of param bhakti. It means now you have came to the stage of such devotion that your devotion cannot be measured by just the word of devotion. Now it has been registered in a category of param bhakti. So, coming back to one of the most, I'll say, easiest way to learn this. For example, if I say today that you'll have to go to America in, say, a few weeks or a month, you'll create a to-do list or checklist, whether these things are kept, whether I've taken the passport, visa, everything and all. You'll create a list according to your needs and then you'll start ticking it up. Now, get my point. What I try to say is when you have to go to America from India, you know the destination where you're going and you're planning so much things. You'll create bags, you'll do clothings, you'll do money expenses, everything and all. Not just have a think and glimpse of it. You are talking about to be merged into the macroscopic cosmic energy. Are you getting my point? If you want to achieve such a big goal, so just think how much hard work you need. If you have to discover what is within in you, then you have to make sure it would not be an easy process. You would be taken inch by inch in this process. If you think that you can move on to this process, you can have a faith that one day or the another I'll be one with the macroscopic energy, that is one with the God, then just imagine how much hard work would you require. I've taken the simple example of law of gravitation. It took various postulates, various theses, various formulas and all. And after that, we got a result that we are learning today in our books. So just understand, just to tackle a small relationship formula of gravitation, Sir Isaac Newton required a various tremendous amount of hard work. Now just imagine the level. You're talking about the level of God. Understanding my point? So just imagine you have to be so much faithful inside yourself, so that I'm not saying that it is so much difficult, but yes, if you have chosen the path, there would be difficulties. You have also heard, if you are from an Indian family, you have always heard that nothing is outside of you, everything is inside of you. You don't have to visit any hubs, any religious places, any foreign trips, any nothing. You have to just wonder what is inside you. Everything is inside of yourself. Even our granths and scriptures, they recommend that the Brahmand, the cosmos that we are talking, we are a part of it, and it is within ourselves. Just imagine the theory, how deep it is. We are the part of the cosmos, and the cosmos lies within us. It means we have a great work to discover on. Now, if we have known that there is something within us that is guiding us to choose the right path, that is guiding us to not to do this or to do this, it means that is above your consciousness level. In the era of artificial intelligence, we should devote our time in understanding the absolute intelligence. AI would have a meaning like artificial intelligence for you. But for me, if I have to understand this concept of devotion, for me, it is absolute intelligence. It means you have to think above the knowledge of the common people. You have to be extraordinary to understand this concept. Like, for example, once a guy asked me that in the old eras, our Rishi Munis, they said, and when they were chanting the names, or when they were speaking the mantras, reading the scriptures, writing the granths, they had a extraordinary knowledge that they wrote and they preserved in the scriptures, the granths that we are reading today. How did they get to know about all this? There is a term in modern science that is known as resonance frequency. You all have known that in the outermost space there is a sound vibration known as Om, that is being listened and cast upon the various sensors or sensographs that engrave the sound of Om. It means our outermost atmosphere is also providing us some hints that what our cosmos is made up of. We can understand like Om is the sound of our cosmos, that it wants to communicate with us, right? Each and every living being has some or the other way to communicate. How will the cosmos communicate to you? It has the way of that we have known the Om vibrations. So there is a scripture that clearly defines this, that when the Rishi Munis or the sages at the old eras, when they match the resonance vibration of the Om that is being circulated in the outermost atmosphere, it creates a resonance effect, and then The cosmos works as the internet. Internet that you're using in your phone is much very lower technology than the technology they had in the old days. Cosmos itself acted as the internet, the hub of the knowledge. What you have to do is you just have to match the frequency of the cosmos. When you come to the same page, you can exchange any sort of the knowledge. And that is exactly what they did. And they wrote the various humongous scriptures, right? So now, if you think that this is the various extraordinary concepts that are being described over here in the meeting, no, guys, this is not various extraordinary concepts. This is a concept that directly creates your consciousness to be diverted from the distractions and to keep yourself to be silent within you. When you start sitting in silence, you get to know what all things prevails inside your body. As I've said, nothing is outside of your body. We have heard this shlok, we have variously, I guess each one of us has read this shlok or heard it from somewhere else. But now we have something to be discovered inside ourselves. It means now it is clear to us that devotion can be discovered when it comes to the internal part of ourself. What we have to do is we have to dig ourselves much more deeper into what we are not doing it today. Now, suppose if I have, say, chosen the path that yes, I'll try and I'll get to know what is inside me. There is a shlok, बड़ा औखा प्रभु प्रेम वाला रहा सोच के चल मन वे. It means if you have chosen the path to meet the Almighty, it is not an easy path. You have to be very courageous, very brave to be focused on this path. And if you are starting to be travel on this path, you must be clear you would be alone on this path. It means you have to be capable of handling your problems. There would be resistances that would resist you from meeting that external energy that you want to, that you wish to meet. Then now you know the problem, that you have some problems that you have to overcome if you want to meet the uppermost energy. How you do that without any guidance? You are alone on the path. Here comes the need of Sadguru Deva. We have various subject teachers for various subjects. Like for the science, you'll have the one teacher. For maths, you'll have the one teacher. For sociology, for social science, for each and every subject, you'll have various teachers to teach the topics, the concepts, the terms of that particular subject. But what about the spirituality? What about the devotion that you are on the path of discovering it? It means you have to witness to someone, you have to make teacher of this particular subject. Now, where you'll find the particular teacher of this subject? We have never listened. Subject teachers of this subject? No. We have already only read science, maths, SST, accounts, BST. Is there any specific teacher for the spirituality? I guess no. In this modern era, in the so called modernization that we are learning from the Western culture, I guess no one is interested to know this fact that there is something up above all this materialistic world who will teach us all that. Here comes the teacher that we call it that we call as Adhyatmic Guru. He is the one who tells us which path is correct for meeting the uppermost energy, which path is wrong, which to deviate, which to choose on. Just remember, you're alone on that path. You need a navigator, like you have Google Map. Just a tick, and they'll guide you. You have to take the next right, you have to take the next left. But guys, what about the path that you don't even know where it is going and where it would be ending up? You need a Puran Guru for that. When you get a Puran Guru, you are the most luckiest person on this world. Because always remember, you have the power of wandering the various societies to check whether they have the same taste of yourself or not. But to attain salvation, to attain the energy that is being considered as the uppermost, you should always think that there should be a mentor, a teacher that would be taking you out of that turns, rounds, and will be taking you to the final position. Understanding my point? So here comes the discovery of the devotion. This is how you will start learning that you have various faiths, you have various trusts. But how do you know that they are right or wrong? Who is above you? Who is having the much more knowledge than you in that particular subject? Getting my point? So for that, you need and you require a guru that is known as Adhyatmic Guru, a mentor, a spiritual mentor that will lead you from the darkness to the light, that will lead your microscopic cosmic energy to be transferred gradually and slowly into the macroscopic cosmic energy. And this is how the cosmos is all interrelated. You're not only the one living in this cosmos. Just imagine you have to go to America. So you do so much calculations and plannings. So just think, when you have to go to meet the Almighty, how much planning, how much preparations do you require? This is where you have to be deep with your guru, with your mentor. You have to be one to one with the personality that is already focused on the same path that you're wandering. It is not like discovery is just taking the initial points and the final points. No, if you're thinking like this, you're absolutely wrong. Nowadays, we are just learning the results. But what about the process that took gradual process in coming to the result? Nobody wants to know that. They just focus on, if this is my formula and this is my theory, they are linked. That's it. They don't want to know what is the hard work that is being used into processing that theory and then giving the result. If you want to end up at a result, you must be a really good hard worker. Coming back to a story that I was reciting about Sri Mirabai, like I told, she had a great devotion in Lord Krishna. But her family members didn't like that. They used various methods to torture her, to kill her. Can't even imagine. We all have heard all these stories. But what didn't break or what didn't disturb Mirabai was her devotion in her Lord Krishna. There is a shlok that when poison was given to Mirabai in order to kill her, she drank it in complete trust in Lord Krishna, and that poison turned into Amrit, the most pious thing that is being available on the earth. It means when you are being devoted to someone, the devotion also plays the two ways. If you are believing in someone, then just be clear. If that entity is pure, is pious, then be remember that no one can ever harm you. He is the one who will always be there to take you out from the danger, to ensure that you are in the safer place. Right? So, in order to overcome the resistances that you will receive in the path of spirituality, in the path of transferring your microscopic energy to macroscopic energy, you need a navigator, you need a spiritual mentor. Like there is a, we all have that, recitation at home that we get butter from milk when it is churned, right? It means it is already there, it is hidden inside the milk. But what is to be done is it is churned, and then on churning for a longer period of time, you get the butter. Everybody requires the butter. But what about the left out part? The same goes with ourselves. When we start digging deeper inside us, all the leftover part that is useless in order to meet to the Almighty, that slowly and gradually separates out, and only the pious part remains in contact. Understanding my point? We have two terms, soul and the supreme master. Now, in order to make sure that soul has some relationship with the supreme master, it is us who will check this out, that all the theories, all the scriptures that were written during the old eras, are they right or wrong? Just reading them blind faithfully, that doesn't satisfy any desires. If you wish to jump into the lake, then only you will know the depth of the lake. So you have to jump into the subject. You have to be at that position in order to check whether those discoveries on the devotion, on the spirituality, about the God, about the Almighty, were even right or wrong. Getting my point? So it is you who will check this out. You can't depend on others that yes, he'll do and I'll get the result. No, he'll get the result on his hard work. How can you think that one person is eating a food and you'll have a good appetite in your stomach? No. If practically the phenomena that you're observing that doesn't go well, like other person is eating food and you're not getting the appetite, then how can you imagine the meditation, the silence, the efforts of other people will take you to the path of salvation? It is the path of bravery. You have to be alone on this path. No one will be there surrounding you. Today, when I'm sitting here, there are so many people around me. But the path that is being chosen by the brave people, that is the path of salvation. That is the path where energy is transferring from a lower unit to the higher unit. Everything is hidden inside its absolute matter. It is how much effort we are taking to take that thing out from the matter. The Om that is being recited in our outermost space that clearly defines mass, time, matter. Various scientists are studying on these terms. Various terms from the scriptures are being used and taken in order to decode the black hole theories. Just imagine the scriptures that are written for you. They are creating such an impact on the society, on this world. So just imagine when you will start reciting and practicing these practices within yourself, for yourself, how much impact would they gonna be create on you? But again, the point is, it is you who are gonna be the creator or the destroyer. It is you who are gonna be choosing the attractions or the distractions. In this world of distractions, wisely choose your attraction of source. A wise person is not being judged by his actions, he is judged by his intentions. What was the intention behind that? The level of wisdom is measured by the wise thoughts, by the wise ideas that a person is possessing. We have to be truthful and loyal to ourselves in order to decode this matter to be united to that Almighty. We all know that there is something very much larger than our where our thinking ends. There is something that gets a new origin over there. So just imagine, can you, with the common thinking skills, be able to achieve to that heights? No, absolutely not. You have to take your tools, your gear packs, your skills up to that level so that you can communicate with that cosmos that is trying to say something to you. In order to behave wisely to the messages that are being received, first of all, you have to clarify yourself. You have to purify yourself. You should be intense within you. Then only you're gonna be creating an impact on you. And if you're capable, you can even help others if they're struggling to be on this path. But first of all, you should be clear that what I'm gonna do if I'm on this path. You have to listen to your holy master, what he is saying, what he wants to deliver to you. If you are gonna take help from someone that has not even reached that position that you want to reach, would you be able to reach to that position? Not at all. If you have to go to Himachal from Delhi, then you'll hire a person that already knows the ways and paths to the Himachal. How can you hire a person that knows the ways and paths to the Kerala? Similarly, in order to discover something big, you need something that has a big wisdom skills in your mentor. And here comes one important theory again. It is not in your hand that whether you are gonna get a wisdom master or not. It is the choice of the master that when and where he will be going to choose you. You are not capable of making the master. It is his guidance, it is his wisdom, it is his honor that he is providing to you. And even after getting a perfect mentor, a perfect spiritual guide on this journey, if you are misusing or if you are not utilizing your time, so sorry guys, you're not on the absolute hard work path. There comes the two ways. First way is just leave that, or if you have chosen that, then be a brave person. Don't avoid the problems, face them, overcome them, and then the pious personality that will be glorified among you, that will be the thing people will praise, world will praise within you. And that is something you are discovering within yourself. When you start devotion and when you put your feelings together into something, then you come to a level where you are never ever disturbed or arrogancy, anger, jealousy. These terms they become very small. You come to a place where all this matter doesn't even bother you. So in order to attain that place, attain that position, the first method is just to be calm within yourself. You have to be calm over the chaos that the society is prevailing inside. Take some time for yourself and just forget everything. It would be the time that you will be spending with yourself. It will be the time when you will be knowing much more about you. And it is only you that is knowing the best and worst of you. So it is you who can make the personality as your best, or you can take it into the worst path. In order to learn the subjects that our society teaches us, we provide time, we provide energy. It takes various efforts to understand some concepts. So just imagine you're talking about the Almighty. You have to be very confident and you have to be brave at that same point. Just remember, you don't have to run towards the artificial intelligence. Run for the absolute intelligence. Absolute intelligence is what our conscious needs at the same time when we are prevailing in the society. So, devotion is something that when you put it into any of the fields, you get a result that is being praised by the society, by the people, and especially by you yourself. So, whenever you feel a little demotivated, it is simple. Just go back to your mentor, discuss your faults, your problems. He is the one who will be giving you the solutions, the ultimates that you are never ever gonna find without the help, without the guidance of your mentor. In order to attain the path that you have moved on, you need that power, you need that experience, that advice from your mentor. So, whenever you start discovering about yourself, just imagine and remember there is something much above all of us that has the power to control us, manipulate us. But when we start loving them, when we start communicating with them, they are on the much verge of the same. They are waiting for the souls, they are waiting for the entities. They are that are ready to communicate, that are ready to share their views, their stories, be a part of it. Don't be the people that sit on the verge just thinking, oh yes, if I would have done the same, I would be on the same post. No, you have to do the hard work. This is the one of the most, or not one of the most, this is the most difficult paths. That is why no one is interested to choose that. At the end, everyone knows that this is the best fruitful path that will provide us the internal peace, the eternal salvation. But why are we escaping from it? Because we are knowing how much hard work it requires. So other than so rather than running from the problems that will be coming in this path, try to run over the problems, face the problems, disrupt them, and then move on. This is the ultimate way to discover something that is residing within you and that is guiding you when you are on the wrong paths. But it depends on you whether you are able to listen it or you are just suppressing it. Okay, so Simpy ji have a question that how to overcome the obstacles that are in the path of devotion. First of all, as I've said, it is the most difficult path. One of the biggest obstacle that could be in your path of devotion, that can be your family members, your parents, your friends. Now it depends on you. You can have various personal methods to tackle the problem. Maybe that could be different for me, and that could be an alternative for you as well. But at the end, what we have to do is, if we are not getting any sort of result or the solution, simple method is just go to your mentor and have the solution be served in your hands. The most simple answer. Simpiji, are you satisfied with this answer? Or you have to add something in this? Okay, great. So is there anybody else in the meeting who wants to ask any sort of question? Or we can end up the session. What do you all guys suggest? Is there any question in the chat box? Okay then. So before ending up the session, let's practice what we were talking about in this session. Just calmly close your eyes, start taking deeper breaths, keep your mind clear. Don't think of anything just right now. Just focus on something that is residing in yourself. Silently and gradually observe that thing. Just be calm for some time. Okay, guys, you can open your eyes. So, thank you everyone for being a patient listener, and it was a great time. So, thank you everyone.